first story I want to talk about, though, was what happened with Tyre. And I changed this to it's now not off scot-free because he's not totally scot-free. The guy got fired, but he hasn't been charged. Now, this is the sixth cop. Okay. So this is the story in the Canary, and you're talking about almost a week already since this happened. But the white cop that tasered Tyre Nichols has not been charged, and that's still the case. Now, he got fired, but he hasn't been charged. So as Agence France Presse reported, police killed Tyre after beating him repeatedly. We know following a traffic stop. We've seen the video. Okay. Died on January 10th, 3 days after, suffering those injuries. And authorities have fired 5 police officers. We know, charged them all with second-degree murder. This is all, again, kind of old news at this point, but I don't want to let this story go because Memphis authorities released the graphic body cam footage. Like we said, he moans, calls out for his mom. His death and subsequent details sparked protests in Memphis, Washington, New York, Philly, Atlanta, a handful of other cities, right? We know this. Been a lot of talk social media about the fact that 5 officers that killed Tyre were black. However, as pointed out on Twitter, this is how white supremacy works. All right. So, yeah. Do you think that it only meant the white ones? No, it's all cops. However, reports are now emerging that a 6th officer who was involved was white. And authorities have done nothing so far about the role that he played. So apparently, first Memphis counselor J.B. Smiley Jr. pointed out on Twitter that one officer had not been charged yet. At that time, no details of the 6th officer were public. On January 29th, reports started emerging on Twitter that this was the officer who initially stopped Tyre, and he was white. This led political organizer Amber Sherman to delve deeper, alleging that she knew who the cop was. All right. And this is, she names the guy Detective Hemphill, 26, needs to be charged accordingly for his part of contributing. Notice the Apple Watch in the pictures were the same on the band. And he's got the same Apple Watch band there, and there. And that's
a fucked up way to figure that out. But
it's a little flimsy. I agree, but guess who got fired?
Uh-huh.
So as News One reported, and of course he's getting a commendation there. How wonderful. As News One reported, a search shows that there is a Memphis police officer named Preston Hemphill. Tyre's family are already questioning this, with his stepfather saying that in an interview. And right away, here's America Hates Us saying the same thing. The fact that authorities immediately charged them, even though the police is a white supremacist institution, if you're white, it will still protect you more, as one Twitter user pointed out. Yeah, he wasn't arrested, charged, or fired like the other 5. Now he's been fired. All right, but notice what he lacks in melanin affords him to lack in the same accountability. Hashtag Blue Lives Matter. Hey, Cab. Although Tyre's killing isn't about the skin color of cops, ultimately, the police as an institution is a white supremacist one. As author Will Gaffney, of course, said on Twitter famously that whiteness enslaves, whiteness corrupts, whiteness consumes, whiteness kills. Those 5 black police officers were executing white supremacist policing in the service of whiteness. Whiteness which happily receives their service, but not their persons. They could easily be next. And they are effectively being served up. They did an awful thing, 100%. Meanwhile, the police killing has sparked people to call once again, right, for defunding or abolishing the cops. And as Bree Newsom Bass says, right, the establishment would have done better to make major concessions after George Floyd, because I think the Tyre Nichols case now has moved a lot of people from reform to abolish, and I hope so. And, we talk about abolitionism, specifically around police, is not just about police. It's contrary to what some people say. He summed it up. It's about, police who protect fascists, who harass abortion clinics and attack folks who demand affordable housing. Right. It's who are the cops protecting? Right. This is what policing is and why they want to get rid of it. So, I know you did. You cover Tyree on INN News quite a bit, Reef?
No, not not really.
You're
We
you're frozen and you're rolling your eyes literally, or is that a GIF, dude?
no.
Oh my god,
Can
that's
you hear
really
me?
fun. Oh, I can hear you, but it's really
Oh, of
funny because
course.
you're totally not motion,
Okay.
but you're moving like you're like looking up and down just slightly, and your eyes are certainly going in circles. And I just noticed that like that's really funny. Regardless of ethnicity or race, it was police officers that killed Tyre Nichols, and it was institutional white supremacy that took his life, as it does every time police in the U.S. Kill black and brown people. And that was really Steve's story. Um, so we can try to
I'm
make an adjustment here.
working on it.
Nice. Well, you can put up that frozen. Dude, that's really funny. Hold on, I gotta switch this off. All right, you gotta see. So Reef can't move right now. Reef is frozen, and his eyes are like they're doing like googly eyes. It's really kind of funny, hilarious. Anyway, so you covered Tyree pretty extensively, and the story. I heard something maybe even about, and I didn't look it up, and I apologize about possibly even a seventh cop that was involved. But I know that the sixth cop was fired. He has not been charged as of yet that I know of, and it's justice for Tyree. I don't know how you get justice for that. I mean, I'm much in favor of abolishing. You know, I had a tweet that I did about it that some people liked, and it was abolish and retrain and reallocate funds and all the things. I mean, put more into mental health and redefine what policing actually is. Um, it's just an absolute disgrace and a tragedy what happened to him, and it's happening daily. The statistics and the count on how many unarmed black and brown people and how many unarmed people in general are being murdered by police. It's more than one a day so far in this country, and I still don't know what the answer is other than to continue to report on it, because I think that there's a lot of people still that don't believe it's still happening or that it's happening at all. It's really weird. Okay, so I don't have Reef back. Reef's still rolling his eyes at me. Thanks, I really appreciate that.
I'm working on it.
Yep, it's all
You're
good, dude.
welcome. I don't know. You should see my computer. It's just like everything went black. So I'm
No, I
figuring
don't.
it
I
out.
don't see your computer. I see you, and you're frozen like full
I
screen.
know. I'm saying like
It's great.
everything on my end is like not working. So we'll see.
All right. Well, I'm just wondering if I
got the
should start.
OBS, so we're there. Finally. I think it's just my computer's having a temper tantrum.
Of course, because we went live,
Hopefully it figures itself out. Yes, exactly.
and you're a lot more calm about it than I ever would be. Because I would be not so calm.
You see, the thing is that calm is how you fix things.
Yeah, but it takes me a minute to get to that calm is the problem here sometimes.
Yeah. Let's just do that.
Okay. We can do that. Now he looks like an OBS symbol. I'm trying to find the tweet, everybody, that I would read to you about. Here it is. Actually, it was for Amir Locke. By the way, yeah. While we're talking about Tyre Nichols, let's just also give a one bit of a word for Amir Locke. It was 1 year since he was murdered. That was a story that we covered, and it really had a lot of effect on me from Unicorn Riot. Um, that was at a traffic stop. Oh no, that was the pre-dawn no knock warrant, and they busted in the door at 6 a.m. and murdered him before he could even speak. I believe there might have been a gun on the floor, but it wasn't available or within his reach, if I remember correctly. Um, just a horribly sad story. So they had a 1 year memorial, but they just decided that they're not going to charge the cop, and that's Officer Mark Hanneman. So if I go back to Indy, Maine now, you'll be able to see on my Twitter the Justice for Amir Locke and the tweet that I put out, which was enough is enough, defund, disband, reallocate funds, start over. The system is badly broken. Amir Locke, say his name. And Tyre Nichols, say his name. And again, thank you, Unicorn Riot. Go sign up for some free emails and alerts at unicornriot.ninja. They're a great outlet. One of the Indie Media Award honorees also. One of only 16 outlets to be honored, and good people. They've also been covering the Cop City long before Tortuguilla was murdered, but they've been heavily on that since. But they were covering all of the city ordinance hearings and going back. I mean, they've been on this story.